Hello everyone, so welcome back. In the previous video, we have seen the overview of our demo, right? So in this video, we'll provision the databricks clusters and let's say like how we can just create a workbook under these databricks. Okay, before that, okay, let's add a data set inside the uh, data lake, right? So what I'll do, let's go to the storage accounts. So I'll just create a new storage account. So I'll just create new TB. Storage name, I'll just give run Azure DB. So region is East US. Okay. So performance wise, I'll just go with the premium. Okay. So here premium account type. Okay. So here we can go with blobs, block blobs for the best for which is best for the high transaction rates or low storage latency. Okay, I'll just go with this. And redundancy, I'll just go with LRS. Okay, so next for the in the advanced section. Okay, so one main thing I need to check in, right? So if I just go to the in the advanced section, so I need to check this, that is the data storage, right? So this is I need to check enable the hierarchical namespace, that is I'm just opting for this data lake storage gen 2, right? So rest everything is data protection encryption tags. Okay, so let's click on review and create. Okay, so let's click on create. So deployment is in progress. Okay, meanwhile it deployment is in progress. Even I'll just open in new tab. I'll search for the databricks. Okay, so you can just search here. So already I have here Azure databricks. Okay, so you can just go to the resources, and under the analytics you can just look for the Azure databricks. Okay, I'll just look for the Azure databricks. You can see I don't have any databricks here, so I'll just create one. Okay, so resource group, I'll just keep it in DB. Okay, so RGDB, which I've just created, and workspace name, I'll just give Imran 280, and region East US. So your deployment is complete, right? So so I have just get back to the storage. I'll just go to the resources. Okay, so here you can see so here blob storage. Okay, so I need a storage account of this thing. I think I've made mistake. I've just created this blob storage. So what I'll do, I'll just delete this. Let's go and create one. So I'll just put it in DB. Instant details, Imran, um, DL 280. This is also East US. Okay, and here I'll okay, let's assume standard. Okay, so in the advanced section, So let's click on create. So okay, so meanwhile I'm in this Databricks workspace, right? So let's start this. It's in the East US. Okay, so and pricing tier you can see. So in the networking, so let's keep everything default. Okay, so let's go and review and create. Okay, it's validating. So I have just started creating this Azure Databricks workspace, and meanwhile, so this storage account has been created. So I'll just go to the resources. Uh, yeah, so you can see. So I got a storage, that is storage v2. Yeah, storage v2. Let's check this if it is. I have just created the right one. So if I just go to the I need one 280. Yeah, so storage v2. Fine, okay. So don't forget to check that, or else it will create just blob storage, because we know like data storage is built upon the blob storage, right? So before create so to create a data lake storage, okay, so you have to check that. Okay. Fine. So this is done. So I'll just go to the container. Okay, so let's create a container here. So I'll just give a data container, and let's make it blob. Okay, so let's click on create. So under the data, so I'll just upload it. So I'll just choose the file. So I'll go to the downloads. So in the downloads, I have a folder called Azure Databricks. And your Azure Databricks, you have yellow taxi trip data. I'll just upload that. Okay, as you can see. So meanwhile, like if I just check my Azure Databricks, is still in deployment, is in progress. Yeah, so my yellow taxi data trip is ready, right? So I'll just show you from starting. So this is what the account I've created. That is Imran Data Lake 280. Okay, so DL 280. So under that, so you can see this is account kind, and if I just go to the containers, you can see like I have a data as a container, and this is what the data there is, yellow taxi trip data. Fine. So this is set. So now if I just go to my this Azure Databricks, still it's in deployment. So you can just fast forward the video till it deploys. So here, like while selecting this data lake, even like I've just selected the standard while creating, even you can just select the premium, and under the premium, you can just select the block blobs. Okay, so which is best for the transaction rates for the low storage latency. Okay, so even though it's all things fine. Okay, you can see. So my Databricks is ready. So I'll just go to the resource. Okay, so here you can see the basic details like about the access control, activity log, right? So all the details, and importantly, even you can see the status, it's active, so it's under the this resource group and the location. So to launch my workspace, just click on the launch workspace. You can see like it is signing into the Databricks. Yeah, So whatever you see here, right? So this number, so basically this is ID, okay? So workspace ID, okay? So you can just log in with this, okay? So directly to the Databricks we help using this ID. Okay, and so here this is the page, okay, so where you have all this tabs, that is common task, okay, from where you can create a new notebook, create table, okay, so if you want to create a cluster, okay, so new job or any ML flow experiment, if you want to import libraries, okay, so all the recent activities can be viewed from here, and this is the entire documentation. And under this blade, okay, you have an option to create. We have workspace, repos, okay, so we have a data tab, okay, so we have a compute. Okay, if I click onto the workspace, okay, under the workspace, you can see like I can create a new workbook, library, folder. Okay, so assume like I'll just create a new notebook. Okay, so let's so let's name this notebook as a demo. Okay, so here let's keep it, okay, Python. Okay, so I'll not create any cluster right now, so I'll just click on create. Okay, so as soon as I click on create, so I'll just click on done. Okay, you can see, so if I just try to run some query like hello world, okay, so here you can see click shift enter to run, or else you can just run from here. So run cell, you can see like I'm not able to run because right now I'm not attached to any cluster. Okay, so this is where the importance of cluster is. Okay, so before creating before running executing any notebooks, okay, we need to attach to the cluster, right? So in Azure Databricks we have two types of cluster. Okay, so if so you can just create a cluster from here. So basically we have a interactive and the job cluster. Okay, so interactive clusters are used to analyze data collaboratively with interactive notebooks, and we have a job cluster which are used to run the fast and robust activate automated workloads using the API. Okay, so here like cluster name I need to give. Okay, so I'll just give Imran cluster, cluster. And the cluster mode, so we have a standard, high concurrency, or single. So let's go with standard. And this is Databricks runtime. Okay, so here you can just select whether what is the runtime here. Okay, so here you can just set the autopilot options, like if you're not performing any activities on notebook, so it will terminate after this 120 minutes. Okay, so and there's a worker type. Okay, so it gets minimum two workers and maximum two workers, and you can just try to change this. Okay, so depending on the work type, whether you want general purpose or HDD or memory optimized. Okay, so all this different um, worker type. Okay, so let's keep it everything default. Okay, so now let's go and click on create cluster. So you can see, so after creating cluster, we have different options. We can just terminate, we can delete, restart, we can clone, and we can edit. Okay, so we can just perform all these things on this class, on the cluster. So you can just fast forward the video. Okay, so it will take some time to create the cluster. Okay, so you can see the cluster has been created. Okay, so if I just go to my workspace and the file which I've just created, demo, right? So now I need to attach this. That is, I've just this. You can see like it attaching the cluster. That is whatever the cluster I've created. There's Imran cluster. Okay, so now if I just try to run it, okay, so run this cell, you can see like my you can see it's been running, right? So this is how it works. Okay, so again on the data tab. Okay, so we can uh, uh, see all this basic details, okay, regarding data, and this is what the clusters, which is all the clusters can be seen under this. Okay, so if you want to terminate, for example, if you want to terminate this, so I'll be terminating, or else if you want to directly delete, so I'll just delete this cluster. So this is how we delete it. Okay, if you want to terminate it, you can just directly terminate this cluster. Okay, so this is about how we can just provision the databricks and the clusters, and how to create a new notebooks. In the next video, we'll see how to mount the data lake to the databricks. Okay, so and let's see in the next video.